And you are
So,
selling yourself short, I'm sure. I'm excited to see what we're going to come
let's
up
see how we
with.
go. So before we jump into the paint shop, I was just checking out some of the new upgrade parts on this Jeep Gladiator, rendered here in unparalleled detail thanks to ray tracing on the Xbox Series X. Check out those reflections. Woof!
They are gorgeous.
And some sweet new upgrade parts there. Exclusive reveal here on the Forza Monthly. Anyway, enough of the Jeep. Let's get out of that. We're not here to look at that. Let's take a look at a different car. So I'm going to jump into my Porsche 911 GT2 RS.
All right. Any reason in particular for painting up this one?
The real reason is, one, because it's one of my favorite cars in the game. Secondly, because I just wanted to show people this sweet new body kit that is available on this car. You can get yourself a Duke Dynamics kit, which makes it look a little bit more aggressive. It's super cool. I just thought I'd reveal that to the world.
Appreciate it.
We'll pop back in here in a little while, but let's go jump into the paint shop, as that's what we are here for.
Right. Yep. You got your you going with this base color here, this nice fluorescent yellow.
So yes, this is actually one of Porsche's stock colors. I think they call this one race yellow or racing yellow. I went with this one because I'm using the new Forza Horizon 5 limited edition controller, and I thought I'd use that as the base inspiration for what we're going to create here today. First of all, regular Forza painters may notice that things have been rearranged slightly in the UI. This is the first time we've really revisited the layout in a number of years, and we kind of wanted to bring it in line with kind of the user experience that people might expect in a modern day painting package such as Adobe Photoshop. First of all, you've got this. If you're used to having the layers along the bottom of the screen from left to right, we've moved that over to the side of the screen in a vertical stack, so that as you're applying those layers, the order of them makes more sense. So let's see what I mean by that. I'm just going to grab one of these now. As I said, I'm going to try and do something based on the Forza Horizon 5 controller. I've probably already massively oversold my artistic abilities there, but let's start off with...
If anything, you've undersold it. I don't know.
Right.
The controller's real bright as well, isn't it? You got the yellow base, and then it's all paint splatters and gorgeous.
That's
colors,
right, yeah.
So.
And because it's transparent plastic, the way the light moves through the controller just makes it glow in the dark. I'm going to... so I select that, and then I'm going to move that over here. Already, you can see that the UI has been redone and reimagined. We have got fresh icons for everything. I said that I'm going to want to copy that one over, so I'm going to click copy and then paste, and I'm going to select that duplicated layer. I'm going to change the color of it, and I'm going to go with this one with a blue to try and match what's on the pad. I'm going to move that one so it's not being completely splashed over by the pink there. And I'm going to do that again to add a purple. So copy, paste, and then make it purple. All of this is functionality that people may be familiar with, but it's presented in a way that's it's fresh, and I think it's much more accessible as well.
Yeah,
now I
was about to say, you can do it quite quickly, can't you? You're managing to go in between all these tools really fast, which is...
I'm going in between really fast. It still doesn't look very good, and I should caveat, this is about as good as it's going to get today. But
it's amazing. Pay for this.
But once I've selected them, I've grouped those layers together. I can now click this button, and I can then copy those over to the other side of my car. And then we jump over, and you can see there's a couple of stickers I've added there earlier. So this, once you get into that rhythm, it does make creating liveries that much easier, that much faster. One of the other cool new improvements we've made as well is to massively increase the resolution of your liveries. So if you're playing on the Xbox Series S or X, then they're much higher resolution when not on the car, when you're driving around in free roam or you're in races. Regular painters will probably have experienced that thing where you build it, you're inside the editor, you build a really crisp, beautiful paint job, you get it out into free roam, and then the realities of having to stream that around the world, it can get a little bit pixelated. So remember this, we'll take a look at that in a sec. But before we go out and take a little drive, I did want to show another cool feature. So I'm going to save that to my car. This, of course, is the Porsche 911 GT2 RS. It's basically a race car that you can purchase and drive around on the roads. But in Forza Horizon 5, you're not limited to sticking to the frankly awesome asphalt roads that we have in the map. You can convert the car and make it into a bit of an off-road beast as well. So let's jump back into the upgrades menu. Obviously, I've already stuck this kit on it. That did give me a little bit more downforce. But You can now take any of the kind of road-built cars, and you can give them a couple of upgrades, and then make them suitable for taking it off-road, taking it. Maybe you can head across the desert, or take it onto a dirt route, or maybe even across country. So if I click on the suspension, down at the bottom of the screen, there on the bottom left, you can see that all of our cars now have an off-road score. That is the bottom one of those stats. On this car at the moment, it has an off-road score of 4.3. That's out of 10, so that's not a great score. But I can quickly slap on some rally springs. You see straight away the car lifts up straight away, gives it that little bit more clearance. It's going to eat up all those bumps and lumps in the road a little bit more. There is another one as well. I could go for drift springs, which does the opposite effect. It lowers it and it changes the stance of the wheels. But right now we're going to go for rally springs. Also going to have a look at the tires. So we've added a ton of new tire compounds. There is the ones that people will be familiar with, the semi-slick, the slick. There's a drift tire compound, so you could combine that with those drift springs we just looked at if you want to turn any car in the game into a bit of a drift beast. Right now, we are going to go with off-road race tire compound. And you can see as soon as I've selected that one, it's bumped my off-road score up to a pretty respectable 7.9. I can give it a quick engine rev. I'm just going to add those parts to my car. And we'll take it for a quick drive, and I'll show you the difference they've made.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a car that it was first added in Forza Motorsport 6. It's been in Horizon 4 and Forza Motorsport 7 since then. So it's a car that people probably are familiar with the performance of if they've driven it in any of those games. And they'll know that it's a fantastic track car. Not really at home off-road, though, but with just a couple of upgrades, really quick.
Now.
Exactly, just a couple of upgrades, and we've made it off-road ready. And those upgrades are available for more or less every single car in the game as well. So if you're a big fan of any street car, you're a 350Z. You want to make a 350Z and you want to think, right, I'd normally take this and I'd send it for a drift. I'd take it out on the track, or maybe I want to take that out to go for a dirt race or a cross country as well. You can slap a few upgrades on it and you make it into an off-road beast. So you can see as I'm heading across country here, it's holding traction. It's still got full control. No problems whatsoever. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's a whistle-stop tour of the livery editor and a few new upgrades as well. And I've stacked it into a rock. There we go.
Did we get a look at the livery up close in the world?
Oh, yeah, good shout. I forgot about that. Yes. So if I head off into a debug camera, we can get in nice and close, and you can just see how well all those crisp lines hold up on both the stickers I've added there, the Horizon Festival and Radio at Turner, sneak peek at a new radio station. And you can see all those decals there, just no pixelation at all, just really holds up, perfect quality. Yeah.
Just like being in front of a real car with your own eyeballs. Well, I am always impressed by what the livery designers create in the game. We've had quite a lot of livery designers here on the Community Spotlight.